Chairs No Waiting, episode number 427. Mayberry Trivia, T or F? Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you by Weaver's Department Store. Head over to weaversdepartmentstore.com and check out some of the great items they got over there. They got a brand new t-shirt, the Mayberry Police Department t-shirt. That's right. It's not just the county sheriff, there's the police department in Mayberry. Check that out. Also, Mayberry Trivia by Scott Hopkins. 1,500 questions about a TV classic. Both of those things can be found over at weaversdepartmentstore.com. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you by donations from listeners just like you. The executive producer of episode number 427 is Court Howell. Thank you, Court, and thank you for being here in Mayberry with me. It's always fun to be together. I know I enjoy just spending time talking about the Andy Griffith Show and whatever might come our way. Today, this episode, tonight, whenever you're listening to it, we're going to be doing Mayberry Trivia. Now, I know a lot of you guys enjoy the trivia, so every now and then, every so often, the podcast, we have a trivia of some kind, and we've had hard trivia, we've had easy trivia questions, we've done those, and pretty much everything in between those two things we've had. So we've had questions that are hard from Mayberry days that you couldn't even answer, down to Mayberry Trivia that was easy and fun. We've had both and things in between. So, but we had never had true or false trivia questions. So thanks to author and our good buddy, Scott Hopkins, who wrote the book Mayberry Trivia, as I just said, is available over at Weaver's. You can go check it out. This book has got just regular questions. It has multiple choice questions. It has true and false questions. It has sections of the book with different kinds of things. So you can have a good time just reading them yourself or playing with folks. So tonight, on this podcast, we're going to play some trivia. All right. So before we get started, I did have something I wanted to tell you guys about. Paul Mulick, he wrote in about the episode we did about returning to Mayberry, about the lost scene. You remember that one? About 2 episodes back. Paul Mulick wrote in and said, Alan, I think they did film that other ending with Gomer singing a solo and then decided to cut it out. So they didn't ever put it in the show. A brief clip of it was used in a short promotional video. However, the song that Gomer was singing is not My Cup Runneth Over, as Harvey Bullock had indicated, but a popular wedding song of yesteryear called Because. This sequence with Gomer spinning does not appear in the movie. So, hey, thank you, Paul. He even gave me a clip to the video, and I will put in the show notes the link to that video so you can go and watch the report. The audio is really bad, so I don't want to use it on here. Plus, I don't have permission to use it. So we'll just link to it, and you'll be able to go to the show notes on Two Chairs No Waiting. If you go to twochairsnowaiting.com, look for episode number 427, and you'll be able to click on the link for the YouTube video to watch that video, okay? All right. So let's get right into the trivia. We're going to do our trivia tonight. Trivia, yay! So it's called Mayberry Trivia, True or False. So it's Mayberry Trivia by Scott Hopkins. Thank you, Scott, for doing that. So we got some nice music they're going to play for our background music that I thought would be more in tune with this type of a game. So here's some music. It's called If I Had a Chicken. Get you ready to play trivia. All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 1. Here's the deal, I should tell you. There are 12 questions, but 9 of the questions have an exact answer. Okay, so you can do true or false, so you get 1 point if you get it right. Okay, but if you can give yourself, you're grading your own paper, give yourself the answer. So in other words, if you can get the correct answer that I'm going to give as well, then you give yourself another point. So you can get 2 points on 9 of the questions. So there's 21 points possible. So are you ready to begin? Here we go. Question number 1. Remember, they're true and false answers. You got a 50-50 chance. Here we go. The cave Andy and Helen become trapped in is called Lost Lover's Cave. True or false? The cave Andy and Helen are trapped in is called Lost Lover's Cave. True or false? Okay. So keep track of your answers. And I'm about to give you the answer. Okay, this one's only worth 1 point because there is no exact answer that we're going to be given. The answer to this one is true. It's true. The cave that Andy and Helen became lost in, you know, the one where Barney's going to get bad eggs laid in his hair. It's true. It is called Lost Lover's Cave. All right, so how you doing? Keep up with it. So that's 1 point. You got 1 point if you got it. If you didn't, you didn't get a point. All right, question number 2. Now, this one does have the bonus, okay? And so if you can give me more detail, it'll be good. All right, question number 2. Here we go. Andy says he has never been without clean underwear while on a trip, thanks to Andy. I mean, thanks to Aunt B. I'll read it again. Andy says he has never been without clean underwear while on a trip, thanks to Aunt B. True or false? True or false? That is the question. Andy says he's never been without clean underwear on a trip, thanks to Aunt B. The answer, and if you can give me more details, you win. The answer is false. He's never been without a brown paper sack full of sandwiches. Yeah, that's the right answer. So it wasn't clean underwear. Now, I seem to remember Aunt B getting on to Opie about it when he was on his camping trip with the Boy Scouts or something. All right, question number 3. Question number 3. Here we go. Gomer wants to put a tattoo on his arm before he joins the Marines. Is that true or false? True or false? So anytime you can give yourself more details, so if you know more of the answer, if it's true or false, go ahead and do that in your head so you can give yourself credit or not for the extra bonus points. Okay? So Gomer wants to put a tattoo on his arm before he joins the Marines. True or false? The answer is true. He's going to get an eagle with the word mother. There you go. Some folks in the Mary Grace in the chat room, she got it. She even got mother. Congratulations. There's 2 points for Mary Grace. Good job. Did you get it? I didn't get it. I don't know if I'd have got it. I don't know if I'd have said true or not. All right. Question. You know, I just did these too. I wrote these questions down. How do I not know these answers? All right. Number 4. Here we go. Mr. Dave's magic fishing lure is called the Golly Splasher. Mr. Dave's magic fishing lure is called the Golly Splasher. Okay. True or false? True or false? That is the question. True or false? Mr. Dave's magic fishing lure is called the Golly Splasher. And this one is, if you know more detail, if you think it's right or wrong, give the detail. The answer to number 4 is false. It's called a Golly Wobbler. The Golly Wobbler. Goober Fife in the chat room. I see he got it. He got it for sure. And Karen got the mother one as well. Good job, Karen. I just see that in the chat room. So, folks, it's talking about the chat room. You can join us live, normally on Monday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, to be a part of the live show. It's a lot of fun. There's usually about 20 people in the chat room, only about 7 tonight because we're recording on an unusual night. But it's great fun. You get to spend time visiting with your Mayberry friends. Number 5. Barney knows an old German soldier. Is that true or false? Barney knows an old German soldier. So feel free to give details if you know it to yourself. You know, keep it in your mind. You're answering these questions yourself. Barney knows an old German soldier. The answer is true. The answer is true. And Do you know his name? The old German soldier's name is Hugo Hopflesh. Yeah, he may be on the wrong side, but he was a heck of a soldier. There we go. So some of the folks in the chat room are getting this again. Good job. Andy says, you've been talking to that old German soldier again, hadn't you? Hugo? Yeah. All right. So that's true. Barney knows an old German soldier. His name is Hugo Hopflesh. Okay. All right. Number six. According to Barney, everything a fife eats turns to energy. According to Barney, everything a fife eats turns to energy. Okay. You know this one? All right. Everything a fife eats turns to energy. The answer. Pause if you don't want to hear the answer. The answer is false. Everything a fife eats turns to muscle. That's right. Turns to muscle. Goober Fife. Congratulations. You got it. Keeping up with your score. All right. So the folks at home are playing against Goober Fife and Mary Grace and Karen and Gone Pile. They're all in the chat room. All right. Number seven. Barney's father never hit him. True or false? Barney's father never hit him. Is that true or false? Last time, Barney's father never hit him. True or false? The answer is Barney's father never hit him. That's true. That is a true statement. And why did he never hit him? Do you know that? That's for the bonus. Do you know why he never hit him? Because Barney's a lot bigger than he was. How small was his dad? Oh, goodness. Barney's father never hit him, and that's true. That's because Barney was bigger than he was. Okay. All right. Number eight. Here we go. Number 8. Ernest T. hit Charlene Darling in the head with a rock. Okay. Ernest T. hit Charlene Darling in the head with a rock. True or not true? True or false? All right. Ernest T. hit Charlene Darling in the head with a rock. The answer is false. Folks in the chat room all got it. And who did he hit in the head with a rock? That's the bonus. Who did he hit in the head with a rock? All right. Time's over. Who did he hit in the head of the rock? Hoggett Winslow. That's a pretty name.
Yeah, it's French. Hoggett, it's French.
Yeah, Hoggett Winslow.
Hit her right there. Yeah. Married a taxidermist, what sewed up her head.
That's it. Folks in the chat room are getting it. Good job. Number 9. Here we are, number 9. Everybody ready? Number 9. Emma Watson regularly takes pills that cost 10 cents. Emma Watson regularly takes pills that cost 10 cents. True or false? True or false? Emma Watson regularly takes pills that cost 10 cents. That music's catchy, isn't it? Emma Watson regularly takes pills that cost 10 cents. The answer is, that is true. That is true. It's a miracle drug. Miracle drug. It only costs 10 cents. 10 cents. Yeah. Here's my dime. Because she was sneaking across there in the drugstore behind the counter, trying to put her dime over there to get it. All right. So that was number 9. We got 10, 11, 12. We got 3 left. Number 10. Here we go. Number 10. Aunt B once portrayed Madam Curry in a Sunday school class play. Aunt B once portrayed Madam Curry in a Sunday school class play. Oh, this is a tough one. Number 10, Aunt B once portrayed Madam Curry in a Sunday school class play? Okay. So that's our last chance here. I'm going to read the question last time and give you the answer. Do you know who she played if it wasn't true, or if it is true, do you have more details? I don't know. Aunt B once portrayed Madam Curry in a Sunday school class play. The answer is false. The answer is false. She played the Queen. She played the Queen. That's right. So she was Miss Mayberry and the Queen. That's her, Aunt B. Good job, Aunt B. All right, number 11. Number 11. Boy, we're getting close to the end here. Number 11. Ramona Wiley's married name is Bectoris. Ramona Wiley's married name is Bectoris. Oh, it's a good one. Ramona Wiley's married name is Bectoris. True or false? The answer is, and the chat room is exploding with the answer. The answer is true. The answer is true. Oh, come off it, Ramona. Yeah. The tears on my pillow bespeak the pain that is in my heart. All right. True or false? All right. So our last question. The last question. Here we go. Question number 12. Here we go. Colonel Harvey describes the Indians he lived among as sinners. I like that music. I'll have to play that more often. Colonel Harvey describes the Indians he lived among as sinners. Last read. If you know details about the answer, get them ready. Colonel Harvey describes the Indians he lived among as sinners. The answer is false. The answer is false. Goober Fife in the chat room. I think you got it right. Oh, it was so close. It's not savages. It's they're devils. They're devils. That's what he said. They were called savages as well, I believe, at some point. But the answer in the book, you can complain to Scott Hopkins if you don't like the answer. But the answer is they're devils. All right. So Goober, I can't give you credit because that's not what he had in the book. So there you go, folks. That is the Mayberry Trivia True or False by Scott Hopkins. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. How did you do? Did you get, there's 12 questions. So if you got 12, you did good. If you got 21, you were perfect. So how did you do? Hope you did pretty well. Folks in the chat room did a good job. Congratulations, all you guys in the chat room. Really good job. Let's see. So I'm not forgetting the night. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. You enjoyed the trivia. I have more trivia, true or false, saved up. So we'll play it again later. And I want to encourage you to head over. If you like this kind of stuff, go and get Scott's book. You can head over to weaversdepartmentstore.com and get a copy of Mayberry Trivia, this book. There are so many fun questions in here. Last week after the live show, we actually tried to do some of the multiple choice questions like this one. Who is Aunt B's sister? Is it A, Jenny, B, Ruthie, actually, C, Nora, or D, Margaret? Okay. And the answer is Nora. Nora is Aunt B's sister. So there's some cool questions like that in here. So you can play the trivia either against yourself, because the way that he's done the book, which is kind of neat. I'm not hawking the book that much, but it is pretty cool. The questions are on one side of the page, and you have to turn the page and look at the back to see what the actual answer is. That way you can actually try to answer them yourself and then flip over and see if you got it right. So it's kind of nice. So front and back of the page has the question and the answer. So it's nice. Good job, Scott. Great job. All right, guys, I'm not forgetting this episode. It's time for...
Welcome to This Week in Mayberry History, a report by Special Correspondent Randy Turner of the Gomer and Cooper Pyle Comic Book Literary Guild of the Mayberry Historical Society.
This past week, on May 18th, was the birthday of Rodney Dillard, who will always be known to fans of The Andy Griffith Show as one of the Darling Boys. Rodney is, of course, a founding member of the legendary bluegrass band, the Dillards, who collectively portrayed the non-speaking sons of Briscoe Darling and brothers of Charlene. Rodney was the slack-jawed guitar player in the band and provided lead vocals on many of their songs. The Dillards originally consisted of Rodney and his banjo-playing brother, Doug, along with Mitch Jane on mandolin and Dean Webb on upright bass. Their inclusion in the Andy Griffith Show helped bring bluegrass to a wider audience. Incidentally, their performance of the 1955 song Feuding Banjos, often called Dueling Banjos, on the episode Briscoe Declares for Aunt Bee, was the first wide-scale airing of the song to the public. The song's later inclusion in the film Deliverance has cemented it as an American bluegrass classic. In the mid-'60s, the Dillards were among the first bluegrass groups to incorporate electric instruments. They are credited with being pioneers of the movement sometimes referred to as newgrass. This fueled the Southern California folk and country rock genres. In fact, the Dillards have been widely acknowledged as a major influence on bands such as the Byrds and the Eagles. Elton John has acknowledged their influence on his early work and hired them as his opening act when he first toured the United States in 1972. The usual gag with the Darling Boys involved the boys staring silently without emotion, while Briscoe described them as all keyed up. In the black and white years, only 2 of the 4 Darling brothers were ever named or ever spoke. In their first appearance in the episode The Darlings Are Coming, after Briscoe thought he had smuggled everyone into his room at the Mayberry Hotel, Charlene had to remind him he had forgotten Other. Later, when the banjo-playing son began to play after dinner in the cell of the jail, Charlene initially stopped him, saying, "Jebin, it's 10 o'clock at night." The names were only used that single time and were never repeated. The scene in this cell is also the only time any of the boys spoke. When Aunt Bee asked Other if he had had enough to eat, he responded, "About to pop." Then, as Jebin put his dirty plate in the basket, he said, "Here you go." Since it did not make it into the actual episode, I do not consider it canon, but as a bit of trivia, Rodney's character was named Frankie in the script. And in the color episode, The Darling Fortune, which was also the last appearance of the Darlings on the Andy Griffith Show, Andy referred to all the Darling boys by the actors' real names. And one last odd fact known by few, even though it does not relate to Doug Dillard directly. In the original script for The Darlings Are Coming, the Darling boy called Other in the episode was actually supposed to be named Ward, according to the script. During shooting, his name was improvisationally changed to Other as an inside joke, as Other was the middle name of the Andy Griffith Show's makeup man, Lee Greenway, who was also a banjo player. Rodney was not a traditional actor, but in addition to his 6 appearances on the Andy Griffith Show and in the TV movie Return to Mayberry, he also played one of the country band members in Bette Midler's 1979 film The Rose, and played a guitar player in the 1981 TV movie The Return of the Beverly Hillbillies. That's it for this week. As always, thanks for listening, and remember to take Andy's advice and go out there and act like somebody.
All right. Thank you, Randy. Thank you so much for that report. This week in Mayberry History with Randy Turner, if you'd like to get today in Mayberry History, which is posted over the Gomer and Goober Pile Comic Book Literary Guild, You can go over to the Facebook page, of course, and see it there, or you can send an email to turnersgrade@gmail.com, and you'll get a daily email saying, hey, I posted the message, I posted it, and you can head over and read it. It gives you a link to it. So I want to thank Randy for that. I want to thank him. It's every week he has been great in doing this. This is our 20th week of the year with This Week in Mayberry History. So I want to thank Randy for that. It's been great. I want to thank you for being here with us. I hope you enjoyed the trivia. And if you want to do better on the trivia, just go back and rewind the episode and listen again. And you've got it. You'll probably do better. Well, maybe not. It depends. If you can remember the answers. All right, guys. Hey, I want to thank all of you guys for coming. It's always fun. I'd love to hear from you. You can give me a call at 888-684-8415 and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. I want to thank Paul Mulick for taking time to write in. Thank you, Paul. And I'll have that in the show notes, a link to that video that he mentioned, so you can go and check out what he's talking about. I want to thank all of you guys that take time to write in. There's comments on the video versions of the show all the time. Thanks for that. And folks, again, love to hear from you. You can email me at floyd@imayberry.com or just drop by over at twochairsnowaiting.com and leave a message. Love hearing from you. Go out and spread the word about the podcast. Share it with people. Make sure they know about it. And until next time, we'll see you right here on Two Chairs.